It's time to feel the rage. Welcome to Film Rage, where we talk movies in theaters, streaming, and classic films as well. Directors and actors beware, as you cannot hide from the rage. My name is Bryce, and I'm part of the Film Rage crew, which also includes Jim. Hey there, Jim.
Hey there, Bryce.
And also, we have the Merman, who totally would have won the Hunger Games had he been allowed to participate.
Absolutely.
Hey there, yes. So, with the introductions out of the way, let's rage on.
I'm just thinking Murr would have probably won for the camouflage side.
I would have cheated like crazy.
Oh, fuck yeah. Kill those bitches. Motherfuckers.
Get a bunch of grenades and blow them all up.
Yeah. Stabbing and
Game over.
blowing up and camouflaging.
Yeah.
Love it. Well, thanks to all who've been supporting us. If you love our independent podcast, please support us and join the back to growing Film Rage community by joining our membership at buymeacoffee.com/FilmRageYYC. All members get special episodes and content only for members, and all members that sign up will get a limited edition Film Rage merch item. If you cannot commit to a membership, you can still buy us a terrible movie to watch. And guess what? We'll watch it. Shout out to our U.S. listeners again. They're totally killing the world with Film Rage downloads. We love you, U.S. And as we say in Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
That's true.
Movies are back at Canyon Meadows Cinemas. We are open for your viewing pleasure with great new films opening weekly. All health-regulated protocols are in effect for a safe and enjoyable experience. And don't forget, we should be your first choice for your next birthday party or special event. Can't make it to the cinema? We got you covered. Order concessions from our online store, and you can either choose curbside pickup or get them delivered via Skip the Dishes, Uber Eats, or DoorDash. For more details, go to canyonmeadowscinema.ca. Here at CMC, we would like to thank you for your continued support, and we are looking forward to seeing you at the movies.
Alright, let's dance.
Yeah, we're gonna do some streaming. We're just streaming. We've been streaming. Been doing what?
Streamin' Jim.
And Marie got to not do some streaming. Or did you?
We streaming.
Nice.
Alright, I believe we streamed one film. Oh, no.
One magical film.
Which was a surprise to me.
We have a horse incident happening right now, people. You can't
Horsey
see
fell
this.
down.
Horsey go boom.
So we streamed VHS 94, which was on Shudder.
Dum dum. Dum dum.
Dum dum.
There we go.
Dum dum.
We'd get it right eventually.
So as I was saying, VHS 94 is a sort of relaunch of the VHS horror anthology series. My hope with this one is that it would erase the beyond disappointing memory of the last effort, VHS Viral.
Yikes.
I am somewhat content to say that this entry in the series gets back to its roots of the original two movies. Just like any horror anthology, you will get good and bad, but as long as I was entertained when the final credits roll, then it was a success. With this, we got a very good opener as we are introduced to the Rat Man. Cleverly shot and good special effects get this anthology off to a good start. We then get the Empty Wake, which uses atmosphere and sound to create an eerie and satisfying sort of ghost story. The Subject is up next and is extremely violent and somewhat insane, as a mad scientist tries to create the perfect killing machine. The POV shots in this segment are very effective. And finally, we get Terror. This segment has some good old boys messing with vampire blood, exploding bodies, buckets of blood and mindless violence make for a very enjoyable experience. This segment in particular should have been a feature-length film, as it seemed a little rushed for the amount of potential it could have had in a longer format. As mentioned, this got back to the first two in the series, in feel and in execution. It was a bloody good time. It was meh. And for a horror anthology, that's quite good.
That's not bad. Yeah. What do you think, Mur?
I guess it helps now that I realize it was 3 different movies. I thought it was supposed to be related somehow, which is why I wasn't crazy about it. I'm like, what does this have to do with the other thing? I had no idea.
You're like, wait, I'm missing something.
I thought it was all one movie. Apparently it wasn't. Yeah, the opening was okay with the Ratma.
Ratma.
That's what they call him, Ratma. No N. And the middle part, although sort of confusing, well, because it was in Japanese, and didn't make a lot of sense, it was definitely the goriest of the 3. And man, did the RoboCop girl ever do her damage? Holy cow!
She done good.
And the last one with the rednecks, I don't know. It was okay. Like I think they just kind of threw it together. And then at the end, they tied it all together with like this secret cult, something or other.
Nice.
I don't know. It was a meh. It wasn't scary, I can tell you that.
Not scary at all.
It was a bloody good time.
It's a bloody
It was
okay
bloody,
time.
that's all I'll
it got
say.
Well, found footage stuff shot on VHS.
Have we seen this before, Jim?
I think we have.
Yeah, but not in a while.
I know. Ratman was cool, but I really don't like found footage. I don't like it, Sam. I am.
I remember.
This was done pretty
But lots of practical FX and gore, some funny bits, some scary bits, some cool stuff is happening all through this. But god damn it, I fucking hate bad quality production values. And the film at times is so
Really?
badly done, it's
No.
unwatchable at times.
What?
Plus, the sound wasn't great.
It's supposed to be on VHS.
I
there.
know.
From
Exactly.
19
Did you not notice that I said the production values were bad?
From 1994.
And it's found footage, of course. Yeah, it was
I think
unwatchable at times.
You missed the point of anyway.
No. If they just made this a well-produced film using better quality film techniques, this film could have possibly been a Mondo. And I know, Bryce.
Why on earth would they do that? It's
And I
supposed
know
to be on VHS.
That's why they're going for VHS 94.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I don't like terrible production values in movies.
But
I just
it
don't.
can't be if it's not terrible production.
Well, they could have
value.
called it Blu-ray 94.
No, they
DVD.
couldn't have, because there was no
They had
Blu-ray in
DVDs,
90.
They
didn't
could
they?
have called it iPhone 11 94. Sorry, maybe not 94. Maybe it was a future
Actually,
film.
I
I'm
believe.
finding your review of this movie very disappointing.
Okay, well, let
Actually,
me finish it.
I believe the cameras they used were actually Super VHS,
Yeah.
which is what I
Which
used
made
back
it even
then.
more super. I really liked this film. I liked a lot about it.
All right.
But I still could not get past the bad film quality.
Why are you talking about
Overall,
that? Is the point?
overall, it was a mess.
It was a map, but you're missing the.
No, I'm not missing the
is
point.
the fact
Yes, I know that. I know that's what
You
they
know
meant
what
to
annoyed
do.
me?
What?
Is every now and then it went from VHS to all of a sudden it was like widescreen,
HD.
crystal clear
Yes, it was
HD.
I
And I'm
know.
like, what the hell is that? That's what made it not Mondo for me. It
Yeah.
needed to be VHS, bad sound quality the whole way through, and it would have been Mondo. But no, all of a sudden we get production values in the middle of it, which wrecked it. We needed less production value, not more. You missed the point.
No, I 100% got the point. I just don't like that.
I missed the point too, but that's because I wasn't looking for
But wait a minute. You know what this means?
Yeah.
At least we agreed on one thing. This movie is meh.
It's meh.
It's mad. Various,
We came to
various
that
levels.
conclusion in different ways.
And it's different levels of it.
The important thing is we ended up in the same place.
we all sort of liked it. It
Yeah, it was so pretty. It was okay.
was all right.
All right.
Okay, so we had a surprising event. because we got to go and see The Exorcist in cinemas. And so I just thought we should bring it up because supposedly, this version was, you have never seen this version.
Looked the same to me.
That's what we were told.
It was a little different. I'm going to say there was a few things in this that I had never seen.
All right.
And from my memory, I don't ever remember it opening on the house. I always remembered it opening in Iraq. So that scene, I think, was maybe put in.
Yeah, maybe.
I'll have to go watch my other versions
have
of
no
this.
idea.
I have like 3 versions that I own of this.
There's been a few.
And the other thing was there was more scenes in the hospital with Reagan and less scenes. Like there was some pea soup that was taken out at the end, and there was more stuff put in of the hospital of Reagan. So it had a real different feel to this, and it was interesting because Marie, this is the first time you got to see this film, right?
I've seen bits and pieces of it.
But you never sat through
I saw the end, but no, I had never seen the beginning of it. And the first 15 minutes, I'm like, what the hell does this have to do with The Exorcist? It's some guy doing like archaeological stuff in Iraq, and I'm like, did he discover the evil there, or just as a coincidence? It's like, it wasn't until they actually got back to America that's like, oh, okay, now I know this is the movie. I'm like, because the first 20 minutes,
You
I'm
thought,
like,
are they playing the
hell?
wrong movie here?
That's what I kept thinking. Is this the right movie?
Except the house at the front maybe indicated that it might be the
I
movie.
missed that part. And yeah, unfortunately, Jim and I had to leave before it was over to catch
Yes,
our
we
second
did.
feature.
Yes, we
but
did.
Since we'd both seen it, we knew how it ended. But yeah,
Oh, the ending's totally different now. No.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the same ending.
It's
well,
the
because
same.
it was such a big.
We got to the
crowd.
point where he got
It
possessed.
was such a
so-
huge crowd to see this that they started the movie 15 minutes late. So
Yeah.
that kind of pushed back the rest of our night, but it was still worth it.
Yeah, they were letting everybody get popcorn before they started the movie.
Dare
And
they?
Because they needed to make money.
Show up
they need-
early.
You know what? I'm all for it.
Show up
Yeah,
early.
I'm
Line your-
normally all for
line
it.
your pockets.
I'm normally all for it, except when
I had plans.
I had plans that went after.
Especially in this day and age.
Exactly. Yeah, we need to support our cinemas. So, seeing this is the 4th time I've seen it in theaters, and it never gets old for me. I freaking love this movie.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Yep.
I was a little disappointed in myself, though. I went and I bought a large popcorn,
Uh-oh.
and I wanted a
I don't know
jumbo-
where this is
I wanted
going.
a jumbo popcorn.
Yeah, that's not you.
And I didn't. I just, for some reason, I just said large, and I didn't even think about it at the time. And then
Didn't
he
really
handed it
make
to me,
jumbo there.
and the disappointment on my face. I mean, he could see I was visibly disappointed.
He should have given you a small just
And
to
then
subside you.
But at that point, I felt kind of foolish. I was like, well, I can't really ask him to like dump this and give me a jumbo at this point.
Should have just asked for a small, too.
I've already paid for it, and
You could have gone away with it.
I was
We're kind of regulars
I
there.
felt so.
We're
dumb.
kind of like the house podcast.
But
there.
here's the thing, though. He should have known. He should have said, "Are you sure you don't want a jumbo?"
And then this story.
To which I would have said,
This story would
"Oh,
have been
yeah."
a happy ending.
Now
It would have,
that you
But
mention it.
instead,
I got to the bottom of the popcorn bag, and I really wanted more, and there was no more.
that's too bad.
And I wasn't gonna get up and get more popcorn because the movie was.
Exactly. But you know what the most important thing of this story is? Is that all 3 of us were there together to see The Exorcist. We experienced this as a joint
true.
effort.
Yes.
Our local art house cinema.
That's right.
The Globe.
The Globe, thanks.
So
Thanks, boys and goyles. Yeah, so I know a lot of our friends on Twitter and Instagram are jealous that we got to see it in cinema. So I'm just going to say, next time, just fly out here. You can, if you're in Canada,
Exactly.
just get here. And our border's open, so get here and watch the movies with us. Now,
Lamb.
we got to see Lamb.
Okay, before we get into Lamb,
Before we do,
Uh-oh.
yes.
I think we should. I don't know what you guys are gonna say about Lamb,
Okay.
but perhaps there should be a warning. I've intend to review this without spoiling stuff. I'm guessing that you guys are not.
Well, we don't normally do a lot of spoilers.
I'm not going to give away the ending, but there are certain aspects
Well,
you
no,
see in the trailer.
The middle is.
Okay, well, let's just review it.
We'll do our
Like
best.
people, most of our reviews don't have a lot of spoilers. Let's face it, we don't want to give too many details away. To be quite honest,
I didn't see anything in the. I'm trying to think of the trailer.
yeah,
Was there?
what
does the trailer
or else
show?
the description
No,
on IMDb or something.
because the reveal of a certain something,
happens.
it's done beautifully, and I would have hated if I knew going in.
Yes. Yes,
That
it was
was
a good surprise,
kinda the
but you
whole
kind of
point of the
know
movie,
it's
though.
coming. You know something like it's coming, but you don't know what it is. So let's just talk, Murray. He's basically begging you not to
get spoilers.
reveal,
Okay.
because it's one of those movies that,
Well,
it's if you go into this not knowing stuff, it's better.
Okay, I will tell you what it's not.
It's not.
My opinion, it's not a true horror film, which is what I
Oh.
thought it was.
Yeah.
going to
It was
be.
horrifying.
I thought it was going
thought
to
it was
be
happy.
with the title
Oh.
Lamb and the trailer that I saw with the sheep with their glowing eyes. I thought that meant there were going to be evil sheep that were like killing and eating
They were
people.
evil sheep.
That would have been terrible.
That's what I thought it was going to be. So I can tell you, it was
so then you
not
must have been.
that.
Then you must have been pleasantly surprised.
I was surprised. I don't know what the pleasant part was.
Well, let's hear it. Let's hear it, Murray.
I love the scenery. Iceland is beautiful, and
Isn't it?
If you like farming, you'll like this movie because there's a lot of it. There's a lot of slow scenes with them on tractors and in
I
the
know. It
barn
was
and
so
feeding
good.
their
Hey, wait your turn.
livestock and
Yeah,
the life of a farmer in Iceland is not exactly that exciting.
yeah, so good.
And they only mixed it up when they're watching handball on TV, apparently, which is like their national sport or something.
yeah,
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Like I said, it wasn't quite where I thought it was going to go. I mean, the end was definitely worth it. And the surprise reveal, as you said, yeah, shocked the crap out of me.
yeah.
'Cause I didn't see it coming at all. It wasn't what I thought was going to happen at all. But yeah, that's all I'll say about it. I can't give it a mondo. It's just it's a high man, but yeah, because of
It's not your type of movie.
no,
Let's face it.
I was expecting some kind of horror thriller,
Yeah.
and there wasn't a lot of it.
This
but-
isn't a Murray movie. I mean,
But
we
it
knew
was-
going
it was-
in this,
it was
this
still-
Murray
it was
wasn't
still
going to love
good.
this.
All right.
All right, so let me take the baton. So first, Iceland gave us the sugar cubes. Then they gave us an evolved, weirder, and more wonderful Bjork.
Yes.
And now Iceland has gifted us the fantastically weird, creative, and wonderful Lamb. Every shot was an experience in blissful cinematography and pacing. The only thing I knew for sure as this film unfolded was there would be some kind of surprise. And I actually put different words in here, but I'm saving Bryce's mental state by not saying the words I'm going
I
to say.
just don't want to wreck it. for
Based
people.
on the scene when they actually do their birthing scenes. You know something's coming, but you don't know what. That's all I'm going to say there. This film gave me almost 2 solid hours of surprises in a world of wonder and splendor I have not enjoyed since the likes of Pan's Labyrinth. Every person, animal, creature in this film had so much personality, and for the first 25 minutes of this film, the most dialogue was by a sheep, a dog, and a cat. This film is a fairy tale only a creative mind from the northern country of Iceland can deliver on.
Mama Sheep was pissed.
That's right.
Yes.
Iceland, thank you for the sugar cubes. Thank you for Bjork. Thank you for giving us this vision of brilliance and mondo called Lamb. Bah. There, I didn't spoil anything.
No, you didn't.
I wanted
up
to
to
say
you now.
I wanted to say
It-
something,
Yes.
but I didn't say it because Bryce begged us not to.
So, Lamb is a story of family and loss. It follows an Icelandic couple as they go about their daily lives as farmers. They tend to the livestock in the fields, but there seems to be a shared misery between them
Yes, there does.
that adds to the coldness of the environment. The extended scenes involving the sheep with their flock was quite mesmerizing. They also showed some of them actually giving birth with the help of lead actor
Yes.
Numi Rapace.
I know, right?
Which I was not aware this was on her special skills part of her resume.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't realize that she was able to do this.
And to
It's Iceland.
And to Jim's point, she's actually Swedish, but she speaks Icelandic.
That's right. And
She's
I mean,
awesome.
if you're from Iceland or Sweden, you can pretty much you can help birth animals. I mean,
Exactly.
Is that
It's
just
happening
part-
everywhere.
As I say, I wasn't aware this was on the special skills part of her resume, but
Apparently, now you know.
that's probably right at the top. It brilliantly. I can't talk today. I apologize. It brilliantly reveals everything it needs to in a methodical pace with breathtaking cinematography and a brilliant performance from its cast. The way it takes its time in the build up to the big reveal that undoubtedly will have you uttering to yourself, "What the well, you know." This is an original experience and an enjoyable one at that. Lamb, for its pace, feel, and originality, was Mondo.
Yeah, this has got to be one of the most original films I've seen in a very, very long time.
I'll give you that.
So let's go from original film to something that's completely unoriginal.
Got to use the new button.
What? But it was only two Mondos and a Meh. You can't use the Mondo button.
Sure, you're abusing your
You're
power.
abusing your power.
That's what I do.
Okay, listeners, we will be spanking Murray without the proper spanking paddle this afternoon. He will be getting the one that gives a little bit less pleasure.
Hey, guess what's not going to get 3 Mondos? Our next one.
I can 100% guess that one. And that was, which, you know, this is mind-bending to me. We got to see No Time to Die.
What? Weren't we supposed to see this like 2 years ago?
Yes, 2 solid years ago. And this is a James Bond movie-ish. So, No Time to Die. First off, you never see CLFs in a Bond film. And now we know why. There was lots of great Bond action sequences, most of which we'd already seen in the 500 trailers that we have seen in this film.
I felt like
for
I
the
already
last
saw
2
the movie
years.
because I've seen so many trailers that you piece them together, you pretty much got the movie.
Yeah.
And it's like 9 hours long.
It's 192 hours long. So nothing was surprising when we actually got to see this movie. But story.
Was there one?
Huh. What was the story again?
I don't know.
No.
Bad guy who wants to take over the world?
The story was
No.
Rami
Not
Malek
really
is
that.
a one-note
What?
actor that
this-
can't have any range whatsoever.
What's
That's the
the
story I
story?
saw.
A story. Yeah, so this film was all over the place. Rami Malek's character was like, huh?
Rami Malek in
What was the
general.
purpose of him again? I can't.
Now, what is the purpose
What-
of Rami Malek
Well,
exactly?
yeah, but more importantly, what was his importance in this movie? This film was literally all over the place.
People have to stop casting this guy.
Yeah, it did have a bit of a throwback, in my opinion, to early Bond films, kind of like The Man with the Golden Gun. It had a little bit of a feel to that. But the ending in this had just a bunch of stuff that didn't make sense, including Remy letting the CLF go. Like, it was just so everything that happened just seemed so random. It was like, that would never happen. The fact that as he shows up at the end again, that didn't make sense. I don't even know what the purpose of this movie was. I don't get it.
Wow. The purpose is obvious at the end. I mean, it was to get to one thing that happened.
Yeah, but I mean,
You'd think you'd have a better build up to that.
It was like this film had a lot of annoying confusion about nothing. Just like my ranting about Rami Malek could go on for hours. This film had a lot of I don't even know what to say. And all that, like, of all the Daniel Craig films, this is the absolute worst of the selection. Like, is almost like the later Pierce Brosnan ones, you know, where he and the scripts kind of were just dialed in. I like the whole concept of what this virus was. That was kind of cool. But just not this version of it. This gets a nostalgic for old Bond only, and hoping we get a black female Jane Bond as the new 007.
Oh God, please, just no more.
I looked at my watch 7 times in this film.
Yeah.
I absolutely love Daniel Craig, but this film was a rage for me. I did not like it.
James Bond started with a car chase and went downhill from there. Lots of noise, lots of silly action sequences, lots of explosions and improbable escapes that litter pretty much every Bond flick are all here. Daniel Craig as Bond is as good as he can be with this overexposed character that's tread wore off about 27 movies ago. Rami Malek is starting to just irritate me more and more with his trademark awkward delivery of every line he utters. I dozed off at one point in this, which is shocking as the absolute sonic onslaught of explosions and shrieking tires should have been able to keep me awake.
Yeah, it should have.
As you can see, I am not a fan of the franchise, and this entry was the same as the rest. This was a rage. It sucked. Why are we making these films anymore? I don't get it. They're not good. They haven't been good in a while. I don't know why you. Yeah, I think nostalgia takes over every time you watch one. I am absolutely thrilled that you finally saw it for what it was this time.
Yeah, I've loved Craig's Bond. I like kind of the direction it was going.
Craig is fine.
And they changed the whole feel of what Bond was, but this one just it was so off in so many ways. It was like it couldn't find what it was doing. It didn't have the Bond feel, but it was trying to go in a different direction, and nothing made sense. Like Rami Malek's character from the beginning, and first off, the fact that he saved the person at the beginning makes no sense.
No.
And then her character made no sense. No. And then Bond's character through the story made no sense. And then it's like, as a villain, we should have seen Rami Malek probably 2 or 3 times. I think he was only in it twice in the whole movie, which I know was making you happy, but it was
less Rami Malek, the better.
But what was so annoying about it is we had no reason. Like every time you have like a villain in a spy movie, you know what their purpose is. Like we didn't know that. By the time we got to the end, it was kind of like, okay, so he has this virus thing that he's doing stuff with, and like, but what is he doing with it? Oh no, nothing. He's just having it so he can use it whenever he wants to. I'm like, that made no. But that was no. Like usually it's like we gotta save the world. No, we just have to stop him from potentially having this to use some other time down the future. Yeah. And he had a perfectly good way to go and leave. He was sitting in his boat ready to go. And I'm just like, what the hell? Like, you're just go kill the planet, do whatever your purpose is, which I have no clue what it is.
Yeah.
And then he decides to come back because he needs to teach Bond a lesson. I'm just like, by the time that happened, I was like, what is absolutely going on? I have no clue. This movie was so infuriating. Although I did like the beginning action sequences, but the first 20 minutes I did like.
I hated the first 20 minutes.
I know, but that's not what things that you like. I like that part.
It was loud.
It was good. That part was good.
It was too loud.
Murray, you would have liked the first 20 minutes.
First 20 minutes sucked.
And then it just kept going down.
Like the other Craig movie that I watched, like the first half hour, and then it kind of went to hell.
Nah.
Wah, wah.
By the way, seriously, Rami Malek, is it just me, or does this guy like have one note? He can't do anything but just have awkward delivery of lines.
I kind of like him sometimes.
Why?
I don't know.
He does the exact same thing in every role. He's got the exact same cadence in every role. The guy can't act. He's just being Rami Malek.
So you're basically saying he's like the Ryan Reynolds of dramatic acting?
Hey now.
Not what I'm saying at all, Jim.
But you're kind of saying that.
No, not really. I believe that Ryan Reynolds has some. Well, I don't believe you. I know the guy has some potential. I know that he could act in a whole bunch of different things. I'm not convinced Rami Malek can do anything but just be awkward.
Is there he must have something that he's done that you've liked?
Well,
Rami Malek?
He did a lot of TV.
Yeah. I'm sure. Wow. I don't like. As I say, early on, his weird cadence and his awkwardness was fine, but now that we're in like year 10 of it or whatever, it's not anymore because it's the same thing over and over again. I'm done with it.
Isn't he in that Mr. Robot thing?
That was where he won a lot of awards, him and Christian Slater.
And he was the exact same.
And before that, the first role I ever saw him in.
He can't do anything else.
Yeah, he played a really awkward
that's all he does.
Serial killer in the TV show Alcatraz. That basically
he's got the same cadence.
It was kind of the same character, yeah.
Huh.
I don't know.
You can't do that movie where he plays the cop.
Yeah, that one. I know you hated that one.
I know, but once again,
I didn't mind him in that.
Yeah, but he was terrible again.
You know, he was also in Doolittle. Just saying.
Is that the Robert Downey Jr. one?
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
Anyways,
it's time to move on.
All right.
No Time to Die is
It's a rage. I don't know why you're hitting that.
Well, it was a double
you got-
rage.
That's a double. Oh yeah,
Double
you
rage.
Yeah,
didn't-
wake up and smell the coffee.
yeah.
All I'm going to say is
Murray, I know exactly why you're hitting that.
and you,
Daniel Craig, not Bond.
no, he's the
All
best.
I'm going to say.
Okay.
He may be the best.
He is the
Bond.
best Bond.
No,
actually.
he is not.
Which, unfortunately, the movies still suck because Bond sucks.
But you know what? It's perfect timing.
It is.
Is it?
Hang on, I'm a little slow today.
Temperature rising. Vision blurring. Rage taking over.
Sweet, sweet rage. Taking over my soul and my body. My Zen master of rage has influenced my mind to absorb this rage. So, we still aren't getting enough consistent good movies out there. And I just want to know why we haven't seen The French Dispatch yet. That's really my rage this week. I can't wait another month. We're now in a month of October. And The French Dispatch was supposed to come out last November. We could just as easily have seen this in the summer. Or, instead of watching
Should only be another week, Jim.
No Time to Die. I can't wait a week, Bryce.
Just saying, October 22nd.
I know. I can't wait that long.
Just-
Think of that, we could have seen Lamb and French Dispatch in the same week.
That would have been nice, but
Exactly.
But you know what?
Life doesn't work that way.
Life doesn't work that way.
This is my rage. I want my life to work that way. I want the good movies to come out.
Well, yeah. Well, they're not all good movies, though. Do you want all the good movies now and then just watch a bunch of crap next week? I don't understand.
Well, it feels like the entire summer was all bad movies, so
It wasn't a stellar summer.
it was an awful summer.
It was pretty bad. Even the stuff that I thought would be good wasn't so good.
At least it was in theaters.
But then every now and then we got a lamb, so you
It's
know.
true, we did. And we got Sif, which was pretty damn
Yeah,
good.
Sif was really good this year. It really was.
Yeah, that's my rage. Passing the baton.
All right. All right, my rage is rather predictable this week. No more Bond movies, please. I realize they may reboot the series with a new 007. I'm begging you right now. Please do not. The franchise has been stale for decades, and a reboot will be ultimately disappointing, I am sure. No more Bond. That is my rage. I know you really want a female 007.
I do. I want a
which
black female
Which we actually
007.
already got.
Yeah. Now I wanted to see her alone in a movie that's actually good.
Yeah, well, if it's...
I don't want Felix Leiter back. That's all I'm saying. I miss Felix already.
I just don't want any more Bond. I'm done.
You hated all of the Craig films?
I didn't like any of them. I didn't hate them all.
They were just kind of meh.
They were just all meh.
Okay.
And this one was just especially annoying. But I would say I don't even know. I don't even know which one's which anymore. They're all the same freaking movie for the last 2 decades.
It is kind of, you know what? I have to agree with the sense that just like Star Wars or just like the other franchises, like the Marvel films.
I think around A
it's
View
like,
to a Kill is where it really started to take a turn for me, and then
well, it is literally it's the same model, right? It's like Bond has sex with people. He may light a cigarette, maybe he doesn't. He has some martinis. Then he goes and plays a game with somebody at a poker table. And then they have a fight or a few fights. There's some car chases, some boat chases, some plane chases, some outer space chases. And then he has to defeat the bad guy to save the planet.
And then for
then
some
it ends.
reason you want more of this, but with a female Bond. I don't
Yeah,
understand.
because I want to
It's
see
stupid.
her kick ass and punch dicks.
Yeah, that
and maybe,
sounds terrible.
maybe, just maybe they'll make a better script. Maybe. I'm not saying they will. I'm just saying maybe.
Uh-huh. No more Bond.
All right, then.
Rage subsiding. Pulse slowing. Anger fading.
What's going on, everyone? This is your girl Julene, host of It Goes Down in the PM. We talk about everything from work, motherhood, local celebrities to comic books. Tune in every Friday at 1 o'clock to find out what really goes down in the PM.
That's one of our members
That is
of the
true.
podcast family.
That is true.
Julene, we love you. You're awesome. Everybody should listen to her podcast.
Yes.
It's pretty damn fine.
All right,
She has a birthday shout out every day, too.
Really?
by the way. Every podcast, yeah.
I don't have much going on this week. I figured this week we were treated to a treasure from Iceland, lamb.
Nice.
So let's face
Was a
it,
treasure.
animals can be scary.
True.
So Murman presents some of the scariest horror films about animals attacking.
Nice.
Okay.
I
Stop,
like where
we
this is
have
going.
The Birds.
Oh, the
1960.
The
Birds are
birds,
so
so good.
It's a tense, menacing atmosphere and unexplained attacks from flocks of irate birds that'll give you a new perspective on the pigeons you see daily on your way to work.
That's true.
This-
Or in our case, what are they called? Those magpies that we see
Yeah.
everywhere.
This film is the reason I'm freaked out by flying creatures.
Nice.
That and the bat that attacked me when I was a kid. But
Nice.
I have therapy for that.
Was it a vampire bat? Did
No,
it
just
suck
a
your
regular
blood?
bat. In the
Is that why you like vampires
In the
so much?
daytime. No.
Okay,
If that was true, I'd be Batman.
that's true.
Next up, we have Jaws.
Nice.
Panic ensues at the beach after the shark claims its first victims in this ocean drama. This thriller actually took a huge chunk of the box office and has left its bite mark on pop culture.
Yeah, this was the actual, I think, the first summer blockbuster.
Yeah, it really was.
Yeah.
Before Star Wars and anything else. Sharks were not really seen as friendly animals before that, but after, basically, it was all out war on them. Next up, we have The Fly.
Oh.
Jeff Goldblum's character is in a teleportation pod that lead to his tragic fate.
Directed by undoubted director, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
While horror movies usually rely on scary animals with lots of teeth and claws, all the terrible events of The Fly happen because of one single ordinary insect.
There's a case where the remake was way better than the original.
Was the
do you
original
know?
Jeff Goldblum?
No,
No.
Jeff Goldblum is the original.
There's the old black and
Or
white
no,
one
I
where
mean,
the guys
I mean, Jeff Goldblum's
is the remake,
Yeah.
but they're directed by Cronenberg. But it's the one where it has the giant fly head as the guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
not great.
It was silly.
Next up, we have
It was
the-
bum.
one of Jim's favorite, The Thing.
Yes.
The original?
Oh, I
Yeah,
like
John
all of them.
Carpenter,
I like
yeah.
all of them. Everything.
I
there
actually
is.
really like the original where
Yeah.
they set him on fire and he's like
And-
the big.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Who knew it was about a dog?
Well, I don't know if it was originally a dog. We don't actually get to see what it was originally.
Well, that's what they claim it is anyway.
I mean, it started with a dog,
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yes.
but it wasn't
don't
a dog.
kill that dog, you
The Norwegians.
And
Norwegian.
Hey,
Dog
Norwegians
killers.
hate dogs.
What's
Why
that?
do Norwegians hate dogs?
Yeah.
They
dogs.
don't.
Exactly.
They're trying to kill an alien.
That's
Next up,
right.
we have Lake Placid.
Oh,
1999.
gators.
30-foot saltwater crocodile is somehow able to survive in a freshwater lake.
It's poopy.
It's so believable.
Terrorizes local residents who form a posse to track and subdue the prehistoric beast.
Is that the one with
Nice.
Betty
Which is
White?
owned by Betty
I think,
White.
yeah, it
That's
is.
Right.
That is. It's Betty White,
She has
baby.
the best lines in the movie.
Yep.
Next up, we have Eight-Legged Freaks.
Nice.
Or Arachnophobia, which one we prefer. Over-the-top performances and uneven special effects are part of this B-movie's charm. Spiders, really, really big spiders.
Really, really big spiders.
And finally, we have Pet Cemetery. Whichever version you prefer.
I don't prefer either.
Zombie cats, zombie cats, zombie cats.
Yeah, the remake sucked.
And I have a special treat.
I like the first one though.
It's okay.
Honorable
Fred
mention.
Gwynn, man. Fred Gwynn. Love Fred
Gwynn.
Gwynn.
Honorable mention goes to Black Sheep from 2006.
Nice.
New Zealand film,
Oh,
which I
yeah.
unfortunately haven't seen, but the trailer is hilarious.
Well,
Carnivorous sheep show no mercy and make a meal out of everyone.
See, that's what you thought.
That's
Lamb
the
was gonna
movie
be.
I was going to go see. Basically, the protagonist comes back to his childhood farm to sell it, and his brother Angus has been doing some secret unorthodox experiments on sheep. and a bite from them could transform a man into an aggressive half-sheep creature.
Nice.
Then you got environmentalists showing up, and they accidentally set a mutant lamb loose, and then the violence and it just ensues. Unfortunately, thanks to David Spade and the late Chris Farley, good luck finding a copy of this. I'm gonna keep looking though. That's all I got.
Oh yeah, that was
the
Black
list of
Sheep too,
joy.
wasn't it?
But you missed Anaconda.
Yes. I think
What was on the list?
Why did not Anaconda make the list?
I don't know.
I
Which,
don't know, it
who,
just didn't.
who got eaten by the anaconda and then spit back up? Was it Ice-T or Ice Cube?
It was one of the
I
ices.
thought it was the other one.
But wait, didn't they have a Lake Placid versus Anaconda movie? Like it was another team up?
They didn't though.
They certainly should. And they should bring both ices back.
Yes.
Sure.
Bring Vanilla Ice in too.
Yeah, every ice that's ever been
You mean
there.
Rob?
Oh, people. We had a fantastic Mesmerize off, thanks to Bryce, because he thought of something that only had 2. This should be real simple, people. Real simple. Because in my opinion, there can be only one in this
Remind
one.
us again.
We got to see the movie Nick of Time.
Right.
Nick of Time. It's Johnny Depp versus Christopher Walken.
All right, everybody's making their notes. This was such an easy one for me. If anybody has a different thing than what I've written down here, I'm going to say you're mentally ill.
There's someone that's gone.
Yeah, there's
no
somebody
way.
that is absolutely gone. 1, 2, 3, Christopher Walken.
There we go. Walking. We're walking
This
here.
is our first.
But you have on the other side, you got the other one.
Well, I have J.K. Simmons on that one, but he wasn't
You
in
got
it.
Johnny Depp on the other one.
No, that's a different movie.
Oh, okay then.
That was
We're
last
walking
week.
here.
We're walking here.
Walking here.
Depp was like why he did this movie. It was this movie alone is the reason why Johnny Depp has to be removed, because he was so not mesmerizing in this whole movie.
No.
I had a feeling either he was A, stoned.
Charles
B-
S. Dutton was mesmerizing.
Yes, he was. He was very mesmerizing.
I really like him. He's
I'm
a good
picking up
character
what you're
actor.
putting down
He's
there.
a good character actor.
I would agree. So, Johnny Depp is now removed, which makes your challenge for next week. Do you want to keep Chrissy on the list? Or are we going to try and take him?
I think hey, Christopher Walken's up to the challenge. He'll take on all comers.
Let us have it then.
Okay. This is a movie where we get a mesmerized off. It's a 3-way dance between Christopher Walken, William H. Macy,
What?
and Morgan Freeman. And the movie's name is Maiden Heist.
Oh. Are we going to be able to find this?
We are going to be able to
Maiden as
find
in
it quite
Marion?
easily. And
Okay.
it is awful.
Maiden or made in?
When was the last time you've seen this, by the way? Sorry.
When it was in the theaters.
Christopher Walken,
And it was awful.
William H. Macy, and Morgan Freeman.
Yes. I think it's only from about
Heist.
7 or 8 years ago, I think.
Wow. This sounds terrible.
Oh, it's god awful.
It's called Maiden?
Maiden Heist.
Like as in Iron Maiden?
Yeah.
Heist as in heist movie? One of my least favorite genres.
Yes.
Oh my God. I can't wait to. Can this not be our dare for this week?
Nope. Dude, the cat is out of the bag. It's not the dare for this week. That's the worst part. We're going to have to watch this and
It's something we're gonna. You know, there's a reason why we call this podcast Film Rage.
Yes.
Because we're going to be raging a lot after this week, I can tell you that. Okay, I'm kind of excited. Maiden Heist.
Yes.
Now, is there music in this by Iron Maiden
No. But if you want to, you can play a little Iron Maiden in the background.
as we're watching it? Okay, I'm already digging
Run
this.
to the hills
Run
for your life. Dun-dun-dun-dun.
All right, I've got the feels. All right, do we have anything else we want to talk about? Was there anybody?
I want to get 2 people on the mesmerized list so at a future date I can force us to watch
Knock
this
'em
movie.
off?
So we can try and knock them off in the future.
So in the future, they're going to go head to head if I can get them both on, which I may or may not be able
Okay,
to.
let's have it.
I'm I think they're both very mesmerizing. The first one, I think, is a slam dunk. The second one, maybe not a slam dunk to everybody, but the first one is an absolute slam dunk. Gregory Peck is mesmerizing.
Oh, my God, yes.
Well, not like he's making any more movies.
No, but still, yeah, I would say
Okay,
All right.
sure.
Gregory Peck's,
I've seen
it's
like 3 things he's been in, but okay.
doesn't matter. He was mesmerizing in every single one.
That's true.
And
Wait, I have to make sure I remember that he is, so I can put him on.
yes.
Okay.
And how about someone from the same era? Robert Mitchum.
Yeah, I can go with that.
I thought this one might be the dicey one.
Yeah, I'm not.
He didn't like him too much in the Christmas movie he was in, though.
I'm not a big fan. No.
Fair
I'm
enough.
Gonna have to.
And I
kibosh
understand that.
one.
Which is too bad because I wanted to watch Cape Fear again, the original.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Well, I mean, there's a lot of films that Gregory Peck's been in.
I've only put them up for Mesmerizing.
You know what we
I
haven't?
really want to watch Cape Fear again.
But you know what we haven't seen in a long time that I'm sure we could still get.
What?
Could we not watch? Because I think Laurence Olivier is mesmerizing, and then we get to watch The Boys from Brazil.
If we're really stretching it.
But then also Steve Guttenberg is in The Boy. Did you know he's in that movie?
Gutenberg is in that?
Yes, he is. He's in this movie. How is that even possible?
I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, okay, so we're adding Gregory Peck. We're not adding Steve Guttenberg.
No.
Come on, I love Police Academy.
Okay, here's okay. I just for some reason now I really want to watch a Gregory Peck movie.
I want to watch The Boys from Brazil.
Boys from Brazil.
So can we add Laurence Olivier? Is that a given? I mean, come on.
Here's the. Do we have Robert Duvall on the mesmerizing list?
I don't think we do.
No. Oh, it's too bad.
Why?
Because he was Boo Radley in To Kill a Mockingbird.
Oh,
He basically
right,
does
he
nothing.
Yeah, but he would get punted instantly.
But then I can watch To Kill a Mockingbird again.
You know what? Here's something. You can just watch these movies.
I know, but it doesn't seem like I got time to watch anything but the stuff we got. You know,
It's
so
true.
I almost feel like.
Well, I think that's enough for the list this week.
Robert Duvall is on our mesmerized list.
There you go.
But I'm not going to do that.
Okay, so we're going to be watching that other terrible movie that you said.
So I should save my other mesmerizer because I am just shocked.
We're adding on Gregory Peck and we're taking off Johnny Depp.
All right.
right.
One on, one off.
That's right. We don't. This isn't going in the direction we want
never
to.
going that way.
That's true. That's true. We're trying to be eliminating. We just were even Steven there.
Well, now that we're going back to the 50s and 60s, this could be a terrible because there's a lot of good actors in the 50s and 60s.
We covered most of them though. We actually did. We got quite a few.
We didn't
I
add
think.
Laurence Olivier yet, but
No. There's some Laurence Olivier. There's another
There's
completely obvious one. That
There's all kinds of
I can't
actors in
believe
the
we haven't
40s
talked
too.
about.
There's Cary Grant and
Yeah.
Bogart and all these other actors.
Katharine Hepburn.
Hepburn.
If anybody should be on the list, it's Katharine Hepburn.
Yeah.
But we're going back
No,
to
I'm
an era before most of our listeners are actually been alive.
Yeah, they're
so-
like, what? Katharine Hepburn.
Who's that?
What's African Queen? Only the
Exactly.
best movie ever
It is pretty good.
It's
made
very,
in a boat.
Very
All right.
good.
So you didn't want to add anyone to our
No, there's two. Now we just
doubted
got
list?
too many. Do you have someone
you have
on
a
our
doubted?
You have a
Well, I
doubted?
thought you might have a doubted.
Is Steve
No.
Guttenberg on our doubted?
You didn't want to throw Rami Malek on there?
Oh,
No, he
Rami,
can't.
you
He
better
can't
take
be.
away. He's no. Yeah.
Why can't you put him on there?
I
Well,
think
because he's got two Mez back to back, which
Yeah.
takes him off the doubted.
Yeah.
Oh.
Easily.
I can put him on the repul. I can
But,
try to put him on
didn't
the
you guys
repulsive
rage
list, but it
about
ain't
the Bond
happening.
movie?
Yeah, but he. So the doubted and undoubted has to be. They have to be
Last
rage,
8.
rage, and if there's a double Mad, they come off, or if there's a Mondo, they come off. And for undoubted, it's the opposite way.
thought it was just one
It's
rage
Mondo,
and they were-
Mondo.
Whatever.
No,
One
on the
rage gets you
undoubted
off the undoubted.
And one Mondo gets you off the doubted, which is why, thanks to Bryce, Tiffany Haddish is off our doubted list.
I like Tiff.
Don't worry, I'm sure she will find a way to get it back on there.
Nope. Bryce is in love with her now. She's never coming off.
She can't stop making crappy comedies. So,
but you know what? She's not. She
future is branching out.
Her future's being dramatic.
Happen.
Yeah.
Just look at like Jim Carrey. It's like he started with like The Mask and Ace Ventura, and then he went to like that Andy Kaufman thing. And then now he's back to doing crap again.
He did
like
kick
Sonic.
Ass. That was awesome.
Yeah, what was he doing in Sonic? He actually was on a pretty good run there, and then
exactly.
Sonic.
So you never know, right?
I don't know. He's doing too much art in his basement.
There's still hope for Tiffany Haddish.
There's still hope for Murray and I, but not for Bryce.
Alrighty, last week on Rage or Dare, Jim pulled from the Dare bag the sequel to Jim Carrey's masterpiece when he pulled Son of the Masterpiece. This week, the boys must come back to Uncle Murray's creepy closet of torturous goodies to decide their fate. Check in with Jim and see if Son of the Mash should have been aborted or was a successful delivery by the stork.
Okay. So, Son of the Mask was $9.99 plus tax.
Nice.
Equals
$9 too much.
$10.49.
I am already happy.
So yeah, I didn't watch it because it was over our allowed budget. I'm sorry.
No, tax doesn't count.
I didn't want to watch this. So because it was 49 cents over, I chose not to watch it.
Doesn't count.
Okay, I did. I actually sacrificed my own 49 cents. Well, it's my own 10.49.
Yes.
So I did watch it. But now, even better, I own The Mask on a format I will never ever use again. Who knew Microsoft sells movies? And the only people that would sell me this movie is Microsoft.
Good on you, Microsoft.
Yeah. Now, what a surprise. The first 5 minutes of this movie was all Ben Stein all the time. So I was expecting the next hour and 30 minutes would be exactly the same.
Oh, bonus.
To my surprise,
what?
It was not.
It wasn't all Ben Stein?
It wasn't. It was 5 minutes of him and then Jamie Kennedy.
No, we want
for as long as the eyes could take.
We want more Ben Stein.
No, that's exactly what I was saying. This story was extremely stupid. Obviously written for either extremely stoned or extremely under 7 years old people. The whole time I was thinking, remember that time at the beginning of the movie when Ben Stein was in it? The first 5 minutes?
That's good.
It was so good. I wish it was Ben Stein for a whole movie, but it was only 5 minutes. And just when I thought it could not get any worse, Kumar, a.k.a. Kal Penn, shows up for 2 minutes.
Not his best work.
Nice.
And then, it went right back to Jamie Kennedy, awful stuff.
Oh, no.
Then stuff happened, just like in The Mask happened, only not Jim Carrey. For like the rest of the movie, except for the sprinkling moments of Kumar, Bob Hoskins, Stephen Wright, and a cute dog.
Stephen Wright's awesome.
Isn't he? I know.
I love Stephen Wright.
Oh, yeah. And the music was completely awful. I mean, part of what made The Mask so great was the music.
How was the kid?
I'm coming to that.
Okay.
Where this just kept making this worse was the music. It was awful.
That's what I hear.
I know. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, okay, this movie's already bad enough. Could you not have put any money into putting in some music that was even okay?
Give me something.
Plus, there was so much CGI crap, including every bit redone that Jim Carrey did with his dog. Wait, did I mention that already?
You did.
Because, I'm mentioning it again because it was basically the same movie, but not with Jim Carrey. Yeah, it wasn't even nearly as funny. Yeah, because guess why? It's a sequel. And did I mention there was a CLF?
You didn't.
Yeah. Well, I'm mentioning it now.
Is that the son?
It's the son of the Mask.
Oh.
And he reenacts the frog song from WB. you know, hello, my baby, hello,
Oh,
my
that would've
honey,
been
hello,
funny.
my ragtime girl.
That was funny,
Show
right?
me against my wall.
It's done better
Baby,
in
my heart's on
Spaceballs.
fire. If you refuse me and you lose me, then I'll be left alone. So baby, come on. Tell me I'm no good. And he keeps doing it a lot.
Huh, that sounds good.
This could have been monumentally bad.
Oh, I hear a but.
But Ben Stein for 5 minutes and
Nice.
Cal Penn.
Yes.
Ben Stein
Yep.
and Cal Penn.
Both excellent. I love those guys.
Ben Stein
Yep.
and Cal Penn.
Yep.
And Ben Stein
Yep.
and Cal Penn.
Got it.
Yeah. So, no, it's still a rage. But thank God for them. Plus, I just don't get it. The mask is Loki. But then Loki shows up looking for the mask. But then when you wear the mask, you're Loki. But Loki is a separate person looking for the mask. But then people wear the mask and then they're Loki. So Lokis are there and they're being the mask. And there's the son of the mask, which is Loki's son, which isn't because it's the mask's son. And I was just like, what?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't either. What does Loki have to do with this movie?
It's exactly. And, Bob Hoskins
Yeah.
was, who's Thor's dad again?
Odin?
Yeah, him. He was Odin in this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was terrible. This is a rage. It was awful.
Okay, well, the fact that they made fun of Odin and Loki makes me want to hate this movie already.
Well, so you should, Murray, because it was awful.
There you go.
And they didn't really make fun of it. It's just, it's from that lore. I guess the mask. I guess I haven't seen the first one for
Was
a
that
long
what
time.
the first one was about? Cause
Yeah, the mask is Loki. It's from Loki.
Oh.
So, yeah. But it was really, really,
Sure,
really, really bad. Except
I'm glad I didn't have
Ben
to watch
Stein
it. Yeah, and
Cal Penn. Yeah. They were great.
Yeah.
It's almost made it
No.
a Mondo if it was a short.
There you go. cut out the
So it
other
was 10 minutes long.
other 87 minutes.
Yeah, if it was 10 minutes of just those two in a movie together. And why has that not happened? I'm changing my rage
Cal
from
Penn, Ben
earlier.
Stein.
Why is Ben Stein and Cal Penn not making movies together right now? It could be like Ben and Kumar.
Where is Ben Stein?
I don't know.
He's not dead?
No,
Oh.
no, he's not dead.
No.
I want to see Ben Stein in more things.
I want to see Ben Stein.
Maybe this
in a
this
lot
movie though
more things.
killed his career though.
Ben Stein should have been in the Rami Malek character in the 007 movie.
007.
Ben Stein should just be in every
Everything.
single.
Ben Stein would be an awesome Bond villain.
He'd be a good Bond too, actually.
He would be a good Bond.
Okay, so he's in a short called Animal Sanctuary. Oh my God!
Yes.
Guess what I'm watching this weekend?
What's that?
The Last Sharknado. It's about time because Ben Stein is in it.
Oh no.
Is it just coming out or has it been out already?
No, it's 2018.
Oh.
I will.
Been out for a
I will be
while.
watching
Sorry, it's the
The
last.
Last Sharknado.
The last Sharknado.
It's about
Sharknado.
time.
It's about time, and it's got Ben Stein.
Yes, it does. From
Huh.
2018.
An Ian's earring.
I can't say that
Terrible.
you haven't piqued my interest, Jim.
Exactly right. It's Halloween. We should be watching more shark
Let's
movies.
watch Sharknado.
Exactly. No, not all of them. Just that one.
Just-
Just
last
that
one.
Just the Ben Stein
All
one.
right.
All right. Well, you know what? We have to pick from Murray's delicious,
Bucket of rage.
succulent ice cream bag of joy. I'm kind of hoping.
I think it's going to be a good one.
You think so?
Yeah, this one.
Okay,
This
I'm
one.
reaching
this won't
my
even,
hand
This won't
in.
even be a rage. This will be.
This
good.
is gonna be.
Think so?
Yeah.
It's gonna be.
I think I'm going to enjoy this.
Murray's
one.
found a pre-release copy of Maverick,
There you
Top
go.
Gun 2,
There you go.
which the
Why is it-
commercial made
wasn't
me
it
want to
supposed
carve
to be
my.
out like a year ago?
Oh!
What's going on with that?
It's still coming.
This one's gonna be. This might actually make the first Mondo on our dare list.
No,
because-
I've given out a Mondo before. What are you talking?
Have you on the dare list?
Yes.
I don't know. Was that true?
That is true.
Huh.
Dick Tracy was Mondo.
Nah, it wasn't. But anyway.
No, it was. It was so good.
So let me tell you who's in this movie, just so you know.
and I think there was another
The
one.
greatness that potentially is this movie.
Too, yes.
It's got my favorite subtitled American actor, Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah.
It's got Christina Milian. It's got Kelly Garner. She's still acting. It's got Cedric the Entertainer.
Oh. Why?
It's just,
Why?
there's so many great actors in this.
No.
We are seeing man
And
of
of
The House.
Oh no!
Isn't that like Chevy Chase?
No, I don't see him in it.
No, it is not.
It's
Tim Allen?
It's Tommy Lee
Tommy
Jones.
Lee Jones. He's the man of the house.
He's
Oh, I thought it was a comedian that was in.
yeah, it's Tommy Lee Jones, and he's not funny.
Of course, he's not funny.
And I'll have to use subtitles to watch this movie. I'm certain of it. So we will be watching Man of the House, people.
Ann Archer's in it.
There you go. There's a breath of fresh air.
I like Ann Archer.
Who doesn't? All right. Well, that was a deliciously fun-filled episode of Rage this week, and there was some Mondo. It was a well-balanced episode, I would say. It's like Wheaties for your mind.
Wheaties for your mind.
Exactly.
All right then.
All right. Well, thanks, Ragers, for listening. Some super, super Rage love to our members. Julian from It Goes Down the PM, thanks, my friend. And everybody go listen to her podcast. James and Philip for their continued financial and moral support. Thanks to extended Film Rage crew of Leonard Conlon, Bex Goose, Tony, and Nat for their artistic contributions to our show. You can find their homes on our show notes. Thanks to our sponsors, Canyon Meadows Cinemas. Please go and support your local independent cinemas near you, as they desperately need your money and extra jumbo-sized popcorn purchases to be able to keep their doors open. Find us on social media at Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Film Rage YYC. Follow us on Audea, AUDEA.io, and search Film Rage YYC for bite-sized film reviews. Check out everything Film Rage at filmrage.com, filmrageYYC.com, including our merch site. And right now, everything's on sale on TeePublic. We are always wanting to make this a raging blast for our listeners, so please comment, like, and subscribe, and send us emails to filmragecalgary@gmail.com. Dare us to see terrible movies to feel a rage, but no matter what you do, please make us rage. Just please, please do it. That's it for this week. Rage on.
Rage
Rage on.